open-ended. So he would be like, here's this thing. Think about it. The actual instruction from the sutta, the relevant sutta is, let one who is skilled in the way of goodness and who desires to walk in peace think thus. And so he's basically giving you like a thought experiment. Like, here, check this out. And with the Buddha, it's, may all beings be happy, may all beings be free of suffering. And it's just really light and open-ended. Later commentators came and really systematized it. We're like, okay, that's great, but like maybe we could actually, they found what worked for them, which was this whole schema beginning with oneself and moving through different categories of person. So for some of us, actively directing a wish for happiness to ourselves is terror-inducing. I totally get it. A lot of this is easier to direct outwards. Like, may all beings be happy because I'm a super nice guy and it feels good. Totally get it. Traditionally, post-commentarially, it's you start with yourself, and I think that's a really strong move. And you can stay there. That's totally fine. Remember, where is this entire world happening? In you. So you fix yourself, you fix the entire world. It's kind of a little magic trick. So you can stay, you can do all the Brahma Viharas with just yourself and stay there. Alternately, we're going to do a little period for each section. You can, at some point that feels good to you, you can think of someone in your life. Let's say loving kindness, right? So we're doing the loving kindness practice. May I be happy, may I be happy, may I be happy. And at a certain point in time, you switch to, and you can even think of a specific person. You can bring their image to mind. That can be really powerful. Or, my family, something vague, Ukrainian refugees, like whatever it is, some others you can bring to mind. And then at a time of your choosing, you can switch to all beings. So that's a very common way to do it. Start with yourself, make it strong, okay, expand it. Okay, expand it, keep going, and then get to all beings. Alternately, you can stay at self, or you can go self to all beings. That's a really common way to go. That's how we do it on Monday nights at the end when we do the metta. May I be happy, may all beings be happy. And that's kind of like wraps it all up. So that's the kind of schema for the practice. And I'll do the guided portion, but that's what that was supposed to mean. Is that clear to everybody? Okay. All right. And then a little more talking about it before we actually sit. The use of phrases can be really helpful, and I recommend having your. I'll be guiding you, but it might be helpful to have your piece of paper so you can check, like which one you're doing. And there's phrases. No, there's not phrases. So I'll give you a phrase, but you can imagine, like, for instance, if we're doing loving kindness, for instance, and I say something like, on the out breath in your heart of hearts, resonate the phrase, may I be happy. And you could totally do that. You could even just go, happy in your mind. You could go, like, I love you. Like, whatever says loving kindness to you is, what will work. Or even for me, one interesting thing that's happened, and I just recently heard about it from another teacher, is I know what loving kindness and compassion feels like in my body, so I can just recall it, and boom, I snap in. And it's like one of the only things I've gotten any good at meditation-wise, so I'm pretty stoked about it. I might put it on a t-shirt and make a little parade for myself. But I just breathe into it, and I'm like, snap, and I'm right there. So I rarely use phrases to get there. I might, so even just, but it might be helpful to like either look at which one you're doing or use the phrase I give you, or just, you're like, that's too complicated. May I be happy. I don't even know what kind of English that is. You just go, happy, or even visually. Or, and this is something I'll go through, but it deserves to be touched on right now. Some of us are kinesthetic learners. Placing your hand upon your heart and feeling the soft warmth and pressure can be really profoundly activating for loving kindness practice. I mean, it can be really centering and grounding. Or in your head, for instance, using loving kindness again as the example, even just imagining your heart glowing in your chest and radiating waves out. All of this, again, remember, this is very fabrication heavy practice. We're doing a practice with a lot of imagining and thinking and words, and because this actually is a way to wear away the habitual selfing and get to a place of open, gentle, intimate, loving kindness with experience. And it gets us there just as easily as that stuff. So, and if you fall asleep, if you snore, like, welcome to the club. Congratulations, you got really relaxed. I think that's great. And here we go. So, to begin, just allow yourself to come to rest. I know there's been a lot of talking, or I've talked a lot. So I invite you to just check in, enter into, meet that presence, that open, aware presence. And I do mean just meet it however it is. Notice if there's tiredness. Notice if there's anything at all. In fact, in some ways, the entire practice of meditation is simply meeting our experience with kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. So beginning with metta, loving kindness, I invite you right now to hold yourself in this attitude of friendliness, of kindness. Remembering that actually all that we do is attempting to cultivate and enjoy pleasure and happiness. Every choice we make. So perhaps it doesn't have to seem strange that we would actively meet this wholesome need, this wholesome desire. Loving kindness is completely absent any critique, or caveat or condition. You can search this whole universe and you will find no one who deserves your own kindness more than yourself. So however it works for you, I invite you to enter into or contact this warm kindness. Whether you place your hand upon your heart, whether you imagine yourself as a child deserving kindness and compassion, in the same way that the sun shines its precious life-giving light throughout the entire cosmos. Similarly, the heart of loving kindness doesn't pick and choose. It's shining right now for you, in you. I invite you to see if you can feel, what does loving kindness feel like in my body? Maybe even the breath feels like loving kindness. And I invite you to, if you choose, take a phrase of your choosing, and with each exhale, resonate, vibrate that phrase in your heart of hearts, like, may I be happy. Or, I love you. Or even just the word kindness. And if you like, I invite you to imagine this loving kindness like a golden orange light emanating from your precious heart. And see if you can feel your way into each breath, spreading this golden orange light through your precious body. This beautiful attitude of kindness, this beautiful breath that spreads this energy throughout the whole body. I invite you to imagine this beautiful energy radiating in front of you from your heart. And with each breath, this loving kindness energy is emanating from your body, spreading now to the right and behind, and to your left and in front of you. And now radiating below you into the core of the earth, and radiating above you countless miles into deep space. I invite you to imagine this loving kindness enveloping everyone in this room. I invite you to imagine yourself being enveloped in this loving kindness. Radiating out from everyone else. I invite you to imagine, feel your way into radiating this loving kindness throughout this whole block and neighborhood and county, state, nation, world. And if you like, I invite you to shift to may all beings be happy. As this beautiful orientation, this beautiful sublime attitude envelops all beings. May all beings be happy. from this place of loving kindness, the safety of your vast cosmic heart. I invite you to shift into compassion. Beginning with yourself, I invite you to meet with kindness and compassion the tender places in your heart. All of us carry the wounds in our heart. We know what's there. From the safety of this practice, the safe container of this room, the safety of your precious body, I invite you to gently and tenderly turn towards a pain that you carry in your heart. I invite you to cradle it in your arms. I invite you to make space for your precious human heart. I invite you to find inner strength, the strength to be tender and open and available to your pain in your precious body and breath, which are always right here. So with each breath, I invite you to breathe into those places, those parts of you that need your compassion. And if it serves you, I invite you to find a phrase or even an image, maybe just an image of you holding yourself as you were when you suffered that pain. Or yourself bathed in beautiful blue light, blue like the vast sky, the deep ocean. This healing light that wraps and I invite you, if you like, to find a phrase like, may I be free from suffering, or even, may I meet this suffering with kindness. or even, I love you, I'm here. If you've ever seen the traditional image of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, also known as Avalokiteshvara, this deity with thousands of hands, what they're pointing at is the infinite availability of this awareness that does not turn away. You are that bodhisattva of compassion. You can meet the pain in your precious heart with wisdom. I invite you to feel into or imagine this blue, beautiful blue energy radiating from your precious heart. And with each breath, filling up your body. And then cascading, tumbling like water from your heart, from the whole front of your body. And then following clockwise to your right, behind you, to your left, making a complete circle. And then this blue light, this compassion, radiating deep into the earth beneath you and cascading into the vast skies above. I invite you to feel your way or imagine this energy enveloping all the other people in this room, in this building. Remembering the streets you walked, imagining that energy enveloping the streets and the people and the cars you saw and the homes here, city, county, state, nation, world. And I invite you, if you like, to switch to may all beings be free of suffering, or may all beings meet their suffering with kindness. May all beings be free of suffering. And now shifting to mudita, this joy at the joy of others, at the joy of oneself. I invite you to see if you can cast your mind towards an event or an occurrence or a spot of good fortune that you had. Gratitude is such a powerful ally on the path. So beginning with gratitude for something that happened to you, or for you, or even by you, can you touch into that feeling, that gratitude, that wonder? How wonderful that this happened to me. What a joy. How lucky. And then if you can anchor or really touch deeply this feeling, I invite you to either think of a similar fortune or spot of good luck or success that someone that you know has had. And even if you can't think of one, just make it like a generic, like someone you know. What would it feel like if someone you knew and loved had a great lucky streak or a wonderful event, some kind of joy that came to them? And if you find that it's hard to kind of lock into this feeling, come back to your own gratitude, your own joy, and then see if you can't transpose it back onto that person or persons. And a perfectly usable phrase for mudita would be, may you enjoy good fortune, or may you enjoy good fortune all your days, or even just good for you. I'm happy for you. And breathe into that feeling. With each breath, see if you can contact and make that feeling robust and deep. And if you like, I invite you to imagine the feeling, the energy of mudita like this golden light filling your heart with joy at the joy of another. How wonderful that they experience this. How joyful for them. This expansive, magnanimous, golden energy. Feel it filling your whole body with each breath. This beautiful golden light spreading through your body. You may feel for me, mudita has an expansive quality. It makes me feel like I want you to have more success. I want you to be happier, more for you. You deserve it. Good for you. May you have everything you deserve, everything you dream of. I invite you to feel that golden energy with each breath spilling out the front of your body, radiating from your heart. Radiating out the right side of your precious body, to the back, to the left, and front again, making a circle. This beautiful golden light and magnanimous energy radiating deep into the precious earth and rocketing up through the sky, spreading out through all of space and time. Enveloping each person in this room, spreading through this neighborhood and sparing no one in its spread. And if there's someone specific you want to keep thinking about, feel free. Otherwise, you can shift to, may all beings have good fortune. May all beings have good fortune all of their days. The power of mudita to unravel the self-illusion. If the only person in this world who can make me happy is myself, I have a 1 out of 7.9 billion chance of being happy. But if the happiness of any being on this earth makes me happy, how many more chances? How much more happiness can I have? Just imagine how many children are smiling right now. How many people found a little bit of money, got that job, kissed that person, had that wonderful experience, had a beautiful dream, made a piece of art, had some pain in their heart that they were clinging to unravel and open. May all beings have good fortune all of their days. And finally, equanimity, upekkha. This balanced, open, intimate spaciousness. Understanding that you are the well-wisher of all beings. all beings are the heirs of their karma, of their actions. So beginning with yourself, I hope you can feel right now your emotional balance, a mind that is clear and lucid, and a heart that is open and soft. Understanding that you are the heir of your actions, arms you, equips you to take such care with your precious life. Gives you the opportunity to embody your highest values and move through this world skilled in the way of goodness and walking in peace all of your days. A simple phrase for equanimity can be, may I be peaceful, or may I be at peace. May I meet the way things are right now in peace. Or even something simple like this. I invite you to feel this peace throughout your whole body, radiating from your heart, this soft, white energy. Like beautiful wispy clouds at the top of a mountain peak. This white light, equanimity, filling your whole precious body. Filling you all up and then radiating from the front of your precious body, your heart, face, and to your right, and behind you, and to your left. Radiating deep into the heart of the earth and spreading upward into the skies and space. This equanimity, this balance, this deep equal care for all beings and oneself. Expansive, luminous, and lucid. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful.